What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you would like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, I do want to give my thoughts on Coach Arthur Smith's opening press conference at training camp today. He did hit on a couple different points. The first thing, at the left guard position, he did state that Matt Hennessy and Matthew Bergeron would be in an open competition for that starting left guard spot. He did state that Matt Hennessy would take the reps with the starters today at training camp, and that Matthew Bergeron would be with the second unit. And I did do a video, I believe it was last week, where I basically stated that the left guard position would come down to those two players, and that I believe that Matt Hennessy would get the first opportunity to possibly start and be with the starters and take those starting reps. And it looks like in this instance, I was correct that Matt Hennessy will get an opportunity to be the starter first. And I really think that it's going to come down to training camp and come down to the preseason games, and whichever one of those guys plays the best during training camp and in those preseason games will be the starter week 1 against the Panthers. Secondly, Arthur Smith also talked about wide receiver Cordero Hodge, that he's been catching their eye since last season, and he really thinks that Cordero Hodge will have a bigger role with our Atlanta Falcons this season, which doesn't come as a surprise to me. And that's the reason that I continue to say that guys like Frank Darby, I really think that he's going to be on the chopping block, because guys like Cordero Hodge have taken the next step. And Coach Arthur Smith did state today in his press conference that he believes Cordero Hodge should have got more opportunities last year as a wide receiver, because he played really well with us. He made plays when he got his opportunities and when he got in the game at the wide receiver position. But he mainly was a special teams player last year. He was one of our gunners, but he played really well on special teams. But when he got his opportunities, he did step up at that wide receiver position. So I do expect Cordero Hodge this season to have a bigger role based on what Arthur Smith stated. And I definitely will be watching him during these preseason games as well to see if he can capitalize on that opportunity of possibly getting more targets and possibly getting more reps as a wide receiver this season. Also today, Coach Arthur Smith did talk about the defensive line and the offensive line, and that the attitude of this team and the blueprint for this team will be being physical in the trenches, which has been basically the identity of this team since he came to Atlanta 2 years ago. And I expect this team to be a lot better in the trenches because of all of the guys that we brought in. He talked about us having more depth on that defensive line and on the offensive line. And he talked about us having that chemistry up front on that offensive line and defensive line. So I really expect this Atlanta Falcons team to be a lot better this season due to the depth that we've added, because we had money to spend. Our salary cap, we had money to spend. We were able to bring in, re-sign our offensive lineman Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry. And then also we were able to bring in guys like Eddie Goldman, Calais Campbell, and the guys that we brought in on the defensive line. So I definitely think this is going to be a very, very interesting training camp. As I keep saying, it's going to be really hard to make this Atlanta Falcons roster, but I'm looking forward to giving you guys more videos and giving you guys my thoughts on what's taking place at training camp. But so far, I definitely think that this is going to be a very interesting preseason, and it's going to really be hard to cut down to this 53-man roster. But with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys as training camp continues. So you're definitely going to stay tuned to my channel. But with that being said, as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.